It's Sarah and welcome to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make these mini mitten Christmas tree ornaments. They're also perfect for all kinds of holiday and Christmas decorating, as well as filling with candy and giving out to all the kids that might come visit you around the holidays and Christmas. They measure about 4 inches, so they're a nice size. That way you don't give them too much candy at Christmas. This is a free crochet pattern on my blog, and you can find that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. Now there are lots of choices when it comes to colors of yarn. This one we did in a brown with a green bow, and we did the top white and made it similar to what a gingerbread cookie might look like. This one is golden red, red and green, and this one is variegated with a fur trim. So there's lots of different possibilities and colors. It might be kind of fun to make a different color for every child in your house and use it as a place setting, or one for every grandchild. So you can use any yarn as long as it's a medium weight number 4 yarn. You can use cotton if you prefer, or you have that on hand would be just fine. I just prefer acrylic, and this is Red Heart Super Saver. I'm using the spring green and the white for the demonstration. We're going to be stitching with an H hook today. It's a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need a needle for weaving in those ends, and of course you'll need a pair of scissors. We're going to begin with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 4 chains. The first 3 chains will count as 1 double crochet, and then we're going to stitch 7 more double crochets in the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go in the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, and go through the last 2 loops. Our chain 3 counted as our first double crochet, and we're stitching 7 more so that we'll have a total of 8 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to join to the top of that chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. And that's how row 1 should look. Our chain 3 will count as our first double crochet of row 2. We're going to stitch a double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3, and then we're going to stitch 2 double crochets in each of the 8 double crochets around. Our chain 3 counted as our first, and we placed another double crochet in that same stitch. Then we're stitching 2 double crochets in each of the stitches, and so we'll have a total of 16 double crochets. 2 double crochets in each of the double crochets around. There we go. All right, let's count when I finish this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we'll join to the top of our chain 3 and chain 3. Now for row 3, our chain 3 again counts as our first double crochet. And we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around. So we're not going to place another stitch in this chain 3. we're going to go right to the next stitch and stitch 1 double crochet. And we'll stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around. So again, we'll have 16 double crochets. One double crochet in each of the double crochets around, then we'll join back to our chain 3 when we get around. I stitched 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around. I'm going to join to my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. And for row 4, I'm just going to repeat what I did for row 3. Our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, so we go to the next stitch and stitch a double crochet, and then we'll stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around, just like we did for row 3. And then we'll join back to the chain 3 once we get all the way around. So just to repeat, 1 double crochet in each double crochet around, join to our chain 3. I've stitched a double crochet in each double crochet around, and again I'm joining to my chain 3, only this time for the beginning of row 5 we're going to chain 5 because we're going to make the thumb bump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to make a little bump that looks like a thumb. We're not making it into a real mitten, so it doesn't have to have a real thumb hole. It just has to look like one. And so we've chained 5, and we're going to place a double crochet in the 4th chain, and then we're going to place a double crochet in the 5th chain. And that gives us just a little bump that looks like the thumb. All right, now we'll go into the next stitch, and we'll once again stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around. One double crochet in each of the stitches around, and then I'll explain to you how to join the thumb bump. I've stitched 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around, and now what we're going to do, we want our thumb bump to stick out. So there's our chain 3 and our 2 double crochets, so we're going to join to the first double crochet that we placed. We'll put a slip stitch, and that's going to make that thumb bump stick out. All right, so basically we skipped these 3 stitches and joined to our first double crochet of our row, and then we'll chain 3, and that's the way that it should look. It looks the same around the mitten. We just have a little extra, I'm calling it the thumb bump, so that it looks like it's a mitten. We did our chain 3, and so now we're just going to stitch 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets around like we did on these previous rows. One double crochet in each double crochet around, working all the way around, and then we'll join back to our chain 3 like we did on row 3 and 4. I've completed that row of double crochets. I joined to my chain 3, but I'm not going to do any chain 3s because I'm going to cut my yarn, and I'm going to change to my trim or mitten band color. So I'm bringing in my white, And again, remember, you can do these any colors that you want to. We're going to chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to place a half double crochet in each of the double crochets around. Yarn over, go in the stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over and go through all 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. And we're going to place a half double crochet in each of the double crochets, working all the way around the top of the mitten. One half double crochet in each double crochet around. I've completed this row of half double crochets, and I'm going to join to the first half double crochet, not the chain 1, but the first half double crochet with a slip stitch. If we were to join to that chain 1, it would give us an extra stitch, and we don't want that. The chain 1 does not count. It's just to get us up where we need to be. Now, this last row, we're going to place a single crochet in each of the half double crochets, and this is our last row. You go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through both loops. And we're going to place 1 single crochet in each of the half double crochets around, and make sure you still only have 16 stitches. I completed that row of single crochets. I joined to the first single crochet, not the chain 1, but the first single crochet. And now I'm going to chain 9. All right, this is going to form the little loop so that we can hang it up. All right, and we're going to go right back in that stitch and stitch a slip stitch. And then we're going to cut our yarn. And we'll tie that off. And now let's just take our needle. We want to make sure that's going to stay put, just in case you might fill it with some heavy candy and you want that loop to hold. All right, so we're going to go in to the inside of our stocking, and we're going to weave that in. Now we have another one we need to weave in as well, and then also the one at the toe, so don't forget that one. Okay, I need to weave this one in and also the one at the toe or the bottom of our mitten. And that's how you make our mini mitten Christmas tree ornament and decoration. And you know, another thing you can use this for is place settings. Put the person's silverware inside, and they can take this home as a gift from you, and they'll always have a reminder of what a fun time they had at your get-together or party.